2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
What a great view of our setting this evening. Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's been an uneven start to these NBA Finals with the series at 2-0. Now, Game 3, and a chance for either team to dictate the path forward. Tonight, we'll see the Miami Heat as they play against the Minnesota Timberwolves here at Target Center. With Grant Hill and Steve Smith, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. So a look at our starters for the Heat. Hero and Butler run out on the wings. Then it's Bam Adebayo, and it's Martin in at the power forward position. And for Minnesota, they've got Karl Anthony Towns. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Anthony Edwards, and it's Vanderbilt in at the four-man position. You take a look at Miami, without a doubt, they put themselves in the driver's seat.
Oh, they really did. I mean, they took care of business on their home court. Now, this will be the challenge. You take another on hostile ground. This final series is basically over.
It'll be the Heat off the tip. Here's Thunder. Pass to Hero. Here's Thunder. Here's Martin. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That was good. Now Russell. And connects on the 9-footer. Here's Thunder. Pass to Adebayo. Over Towns. On the money with the jumper.
Beasting inside. Adebayo can bully you. And he's also added some finesse.
58 seconds left in the first quarter here. Outside Russell. Pass to Vanderbilt. Pocket four. Shot is good by Edwards.
Just taking it right to the rim. And no one was there to greet it.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Here's Thunder. To the wing on the left. Here's Martin. Oh, he picked him clean. Russell with the ball. Now guarded by Butler. Edwards, pass to Russell. Here's Towns. That falls. Nice assist by Russell.
I like seeing Towns be aggressive from deep. He knows his teammates want him to shoot from there.
Here's Thunder, guarded by Russell. Pass to Thunder. Back to Butler. Over Towns. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
And what I love, there was no panic on his part. That's the steady pulse you want in that situation.
Tie game in Minnesota. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. And welcome back to our coverage of Game 3 on 2K Sports. All right, let's quickly break down the game, what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves, guys.
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
Here's Beasley. Nas Reed out there with Jaden McDaniels. Then it's Jalen Noel. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Beasley in at the 2. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves. And that'll be Minnesota's ball as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves able to keep the possession. 6 to shoot. McDaniels from long range. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
This is the shot you want to get him, an open look from range.
Pass to Martin. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm. Minnesota in the lead. 1:11 left to play in the second quarter. Now here's Towns. Not a lot of room. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Fires in the triple. Beasley's got himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
This is who Towns is, an unselfish, versatile big man with great court awareness.
Adebayo, that's good.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
Minnesota's gone 2 for 2 from outside the arc here in the second quarter. Pass to Towns. And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. McDaniels, that's good.
Yeah, just a solid passer. Towns relishes his role as leader of this team, wanting to set up his teammates.
And here's Adebayo. Shoots over Reed. And Miami again with the bucket.
Nice switch up. Already into his shot motion, he kicks it to another shooter.
Here's Noel. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. Down low. Here's Towns. Lays it up and banks it in.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
He got it off in time. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. The T-Wolves on top, up by 4. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Carl, you were able to build the lead, but what's the key to maintaining it or even increasing it going forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. Just stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense, and just keep making them think and make decisions, especially the difficult ones.
Consistency is a beautiful thing. Thanks, Carl.
Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
For the Timberwolves, they were doing anything they could to gain traction in this championship matchup. Already down 2-0, they may need a monster second half to claim their first victory of the series. And, Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
The bench scoring has been a big key for them. They came in with energy, and they were able to give the starters a real break because of the way they performed. That's the kind of production every team hopes to have from their second unit.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Heat?
Their defense has been dismal, allow their opponent to shoot in the 60s. I'm sure they're getting an earful in the locker room. Amazing they've been able to keep it close. Boy.
And the energy is palpable in this arena. Welcome back to the NBA Finals on 2K Sports. How about Bam Adebayo? What an impact he's making.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Setting the floor for the Heat. Hero and Butler run out on the wings. Then it's Bam Adebayo, and it's Thunder in at the 1.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
And it's the Heat with the ball. The Timberwolves getting their last shot to go. Here's Hero. Buries it down low. Hero's got his first basket.
That's his signature move, Tyler Hero, using the screen to create just enough separation.
And here's Russell. From 11 feet away, and another basket from Minnesota.
Good shot selection is often the result of great execution.
Pass to Martin. And there it is. Martin's got his third basket on the night right there.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Now here's Russell. He's got 6. And booking for Vanderbilt.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
A chance at a 2-for-1 if they'd like.
And I really can't see why they wouldn't.
Towns against Adebayo. Pass to Thunder. Yes, and it's Adebayo picking up the assist.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Now Beverly. He's guarded by Hero. And book it for Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's gotten his second bucket of the game.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Here's Thunder. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. It's good.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening. You'd like to let the clock run and take the final shot.
Yes, you do, but it's a dilemma. If you get a great look earlier in the clock, you can take it. Allow any room to operate. You know he's going to be aggressive.
It's Hero on the take. Here's Martin. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good!
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
That is situational basketball. It takes a good understanding and good execution.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Timberwolves ahead. They lead by 4. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. Russell the 1, Beasley the 2. Edwards out there with Jared Vanderbilt, and it's Towns in at the 5. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Adebayo passes to Butler. Here's Thunder. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
Selfless pass by Butler. He's always ready to put the team's success ahead of his own.
Outside Russell. Pass to Vanderbilt. Edwards with it. Russell from outside. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
An assortment of shots in Russell's arsenal. Just a quick catch and shoot right there.
Now here's Hero. 1:05 left to play in the 4th quarter of this one. To the paint. Here's Thunder. Catch! What a beautiful shot! Brings him within 3.
Some shooters get tunnel vision, but Tyler, keeping his eyes up and his options open, delivers a great pass.
Now here's Russell. Pass to Vanderbilt. Yeah! This might be a turning point.
Massive possession here.
It's Adebayo, high post. Over Towns. And he sinks it. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3. And Minnesota calls time here. They're leading There's 31 seconds left in the fourth. All right, time now to present our new balanced player of the game, D'Angelo Russell.
It's almost beyond belief what he's done in this game. He's been impossible to pull off, hitting just about everything he looks at. It doesn't matter who's guarding him. He's had an answer for just about everyone.
Beverly, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Before that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He was encouraging his guys, telling them, quote, just continue to run through the plays, explore the options. You're doing a great job. Now just focus on finishing this one.
Allie, thank you. Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over. They're down by 5. 23 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
An uphill battle for them. Everything has to go perfectly.
They also need to get the best shot you can as quickly as you can, and then immediately foul.
Unloads. It falls!
Here's my question. Where is the defensive communication?
It's been that way all night. Each team just trying to outscore the other.
And they committed intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile one block.
You know that block has him and his teammates all pumped up. That is what playoff basketball is all about.
And an intentional foul right there. First free throw is good, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both, and it's a 5-point game.
That should put this game on ice, not leaving any points behind.
Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over. They're trailing by 5. 9 seconds left in the final quarter. All right, guys, what do you think?
An uphill battle for them. Everything has to go perfectly.
They also need to get the best shot you can as quickly as you can, and then immediately foul.
9 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Oh, gets the free to fall.
Yeah, he's really giving up size in that matchup. But on the perimeter, he can find the room he needs.
This is why you spend so much time devising ways to space the floor. If you can't, you don't get very far.
Now a timeout called by Minnesota. They're up by 2. 7 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. And now they foul and stop the ball. Gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 4-point ball game. And so it's Minnesota who scrapes by with a win. Things were looking scary for them coming into tonight, but with this win, they're right back in it.
They showed a lot of character and a lot of heart. Many experts had written them off, but now we've got a series.
All right, let's go courtside to Allie LaForce with our player of the game. Allie, it's all yours.
All right, thanks, guys. D'Angelo, some great basketball tonight. Talk about the winning habits this team is forming.
Keeping it simple on the offensive end, limiting our errors on the defensive end. I think that piles up. We stay solid throughout the whole game. Just simple, man. I think the simpler we keep it, the better we are as a team.
Keep it simple. What a great reminder. Thanks, D'Angelo.
All right, Allie, thank you. Well, that'll do it. Thanks for joining us for Game 3 of the NBA Finals. For Grant Hill, Steve Smith, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching tonight's game. We'll see you next time.